So if you're in a stage where you're prospecting, here's all your tools for prospecting, here's all your guides, your videos that you may want to send, content that you want to share. So that's one of my favorites, and I probably, like, when I go into a customer for the first time and I want to add value quickly, low-hanging fruit, sales coach. If they're not using it, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, sales coaches, that is a great one. And as everybody in admins in the audience or developers in the audience, if you're looking, these are great apps. Maybe you're not sales focused, maybe it's service focused, and you need to help somebody guide them through how to resolve a case. These are all open source too, so you could always use them and put it on the case object or wherever you need to. So think of, the App Exchange is a great place to go just for ideas. Even if you're not using it for that specific purpose, it may click something in your head that says, hey, I can use that over here.
Yeah, before we had Mike and the button click admin movement, I used to call it cut, copy, and paste development, because you don't really need to be a developer to take a developer's ideas and put them in your org.
I think that the last thing I want to touch on, because we have a big audience, is that you can hear us again in the Tampa user group. And
would Jackie please
Jackie,
stand?
yeah, please.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but
Jackie is the co-leader of the Tampa user group, so she's the one who will send out all the emails and always putting together the meetings and doing such a great job. So I know we know a lot of you from there, and I guess we have a little shtick now that you can see us again. So. And if you guys come to the user group, we usually don't dress like this either.
No, it's much more casual.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said you wanted to take some questions.
Yeah.
Does anybody have questions? Yeah, please.
As a little bit of background, I just been recently hired into a 40-year-old company. The average employee time in the company is 15 years, and they're still using paper spreadsheets for most of the activity. I'm trying to use Chatter as a way to introduce the modern era. We haven't even been on social media for 2 months. So I'm trying to use Chatter, but I'm getting a lot of pushback of, well, we have email. If we want to talk to each other, that's our way. They're not quite clicking with the social aspect. So, any advice on how to get past that wall?
I've got a couple, but
I
want to go first.
Well, no, you know what? I've heard you speak, and I do have to turn it over to you, because how much has your email cut down? How much is your email cut down since you've been on it, and how fast are you to respond to customers, to other users since you've been on Chatter?
Yeah, so it helps when your CEO is the one leading the challenge to deploy Chatter, as it was in Salesforce's instance, because in one day we turned on Chatter and we turned off about 350 email groups, distribution lists. Turned them off. If you wanted to email a distribution list, you got a nice prompt reply that said, go post it to this Chatter group. And that was transformational. And I have seen other companies that I've worked with. I've had CEOs literally, Chatter's going to transform this company, they roll it out, and blah. And so they declared vacation from email day and had their Outlook server guys turn off the service for a weekend. And if you wanted to reach anybody, it had to be through Chatter. A little drastic, but it worked. And they've had, 2 to 3 times the amount of engagement. It should reduce email dramatically, and that in and of itself should excite people. I talk about 2 main differentiators. Number 1 is the object-specific Chatter, and it's what differentiates Chatter from every other social networking tool, from Jive on down. They all do a lot of the similar things, but when you can chatter on an opportunity and talk about that opportunity and get folks who care about that opportunity or that case, it's much more powerful and it's far more relevant. That's the first thing. The other thing is the historical value of it. That email inbox goes away when that person gets fired. That's tribal knowledge that is invaluable, that you'll never ever see again. But with Chatter, it's there forever. And I talk to customers and convince them around things like new hire and onboarding. How quickly can you bring a rep up to speed when they have the history? There's so many value propositions. There's a document out there, there's a Chatter site that's all about just Chatter adoption and Chatter value. And one of those documents is called 50 Ways to Transform Your Company with Chatter, or something like that. I'll get the exact link and pass it along, and these guys can send it out to you. And we literally went to 10 different groups within Salesforce and talked to the individual who ran that group and ask them for 5 ways Chatter changed and transformed their organization. And they apply to every company that I work with.
I think it's also thoughtful, as an admin, there needs to be some pre-work to it. So setting up groups around products or territories or making sure that people are included. And I think it does take a certain amount of legwork that you'll have to do to start getting people involved and start prodding for responses. But once it starts taking off, and being thoughtful about it, but once it starts taking off, it'll really start having a mind of its own.
Yeah, if you Google Chatter Engage, there's a website that we have put up, and the Engage is a 7-step process for successfully deploying Chatter and all the tools you'll need at each of the individual steps.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that at AmeriGroup, we ran a pilot. The thing that really tipped the balance is I picked up 5 votes about talking about apply to all. And you can really, I mean, a big advantage of Chatter, from some people's perspective, mine personally, is that it eliminates a lot of those apply to all emails. So congratulations for somebody's promotion and then 50 emails that follow. And you're busy and you get all those and you look at them and have to, have to leave them from your mind.
You're talking about the Christmas party and
All that stuff goes away when you get one phone, and that was a big convincer for some people.
Any other questions?
I just have a comment on that. We have salespeople that are very ancient, and they're like, oh, no, just email me this, don't email me that. The last time I had them in here, I learned through them in our Salesforce group. What I did is I took all their cell phones, they all have iPhones, I loaded the Chatter in there, signed them up for the group, did everything, and gave them the phone. And then when I said, okay, I showed them I use it, and then when they emailed me something, hey, where is this at? They have a group just for the salespeople and a group for our clients where they're involved in them. Show them how to go to each group and everything. They go, hey, I need this paperwork. Oh, it's in the Chatter group, just download it from there. Oh, well,
I can't tell you how.
Here's your username, here's your, I reset your password if you want, just get it there. If you want me to send it to you, I'm not going to be able to get to it for about a few hours.
I call it the power of no.
Yeah.
It's okay to say no. If I'm going to empower you to go do it yourself, now, next time, and forever, then it's okay to say no.
And we've been on it for 3 months, and we have now like 50 distributors from all over the world. We have all our RSMs using it. And the best thing is when you put a document there, you change the document, you just go load a new version. And it takes that one, puts the new one in, you don't have to go to 20 places and update.
that was the first big step for our sales group, was the same thing. I'm also, besides doing this, doing inside sales and some other things, but, where's the new menus, because we do frozen food, where's the new menu? Okay, I'm gonna say one. Go to documents, go to 2013 menu lineup, there, it's the same place it was the last 3 times, but it took a while to kind of beat that into them with a stick, but now it's the other 450 people in the company.
I mean, sometimes you could be your own worst enemy. You're an enabler. Maybe not you, but all of us in general. I'm a helper. My first instinct is to help. Sometimes the best way to help is to just teach them how to do it themselves.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys. We're around the rest of the afternoon. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to just pull us aside.
You can feel free to reach out to me anytime you want. You can tweet me at @KShermanSFTC. If you have any questions or want a reference or directions to that Chatter document or that website or any one of those, feel free to reach me through Twitter. I'm very social.
Salesforce has a huge Twitter community.
Absolutely.
I'm on it, so
Should have mentioned Ask Force. Yeah,
Ask
if you're a
Force.
technical person and you have questions, you can also post to Twitter and use the Ask Force hashtag. Pound Ask Force, one word, and guys like me and Jared and smarter guys like Steve Mull will answer your questions.
Yep. How many are on Twitter right now? Ask Force.
So
How
you
many?
mean literally right
Yeah.
now?
How many?
on Twitter? Okay.
How many know about Ask Force? Hashtag Ask Force. Okay, got it.
Yeah, we try to spread the word.
Well, make sure as you network, you get Twitter handles from everybody too.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you.
We'll be back on the